Now, this was a good episode. This was indeed a very good episode. The episode was spookier, the episode was darker, and at the end of the episode, we also got to know the true identity of Teen. Teen is indeed Wanda's son, named as Billy. And I know all the theories that I made in all of my previous videos about he could be the agent of Mephisto or Teen could be Agatha's son. And yeah, those all theories are just wrong. But that doesn't mean that we didn't have fun, right? We had fun, right, making those theories, right? Please say yes. And if you are here for only the explanation of the ending, you can check out the timestamps and you can straight away jump into that portion of the video, because we will discuss the ending of this episode at the end of this video. But anyways, the episode really ended on a darker note with the demise of Alice. But the thing is, we don't feel anything about anyone dying in this series. Now this is what the second time a character has died and we didn't feel anything. Even at the end of the third episode, Mrs. Hart died, we felt nothing. In this episode, Alice died, again we felt nothing, because there's not enough emotional development for any of the characters, in fact. And we also know that the three main characters, Teen, Agatha and Rio, will not die, so that actually makes all the other characters vulnerable, but even their death doesn't feel anything for us, and that is one of the downsides of this show. But anyways, the thing that I liked about this episode, that how spookier it was, how darker it was, because as soon as we started with the Ouija board thing, with the Ouija board thing, it got serious. And I have to say, when Agatha got possessed by her own mother, I mean, her mother's ghost went into her, that was creepy. That was really creepy. The whole makeup on Agatha's face, the way she was crawling backwards, it reminded me of the first Exorcist movie. But just the way she entered, that was pretty nicely set up, and that was good. And the production value itself is commendable for the whole show. We also got to know a little more story on the Salem Seven, that now the Salem Seven, who is after Agatha, are actually the original Salem Seven's kids. And Agatha also says a very good line at the start of the episode: always finish what you started.
Always finish what you started.
Then the pacing of this episode was also very fast. It was only a 30-minute episode, and we all know that at least 7 to 8 minutes are cut off because of the credits. But even after that, the episode's pacing was pretty strong, and the end of the episode was actually good. But what actually happened at the end? Let's talk about it. So at the very end of the episode, we see Agatha was possessed by her mother, and Alice actually went out to save her. And during that process, Agatha actually got her powers, and she actually extracted the powers of Alice as well, and hence Alice died. And this didn't sit well with any of the characters, but especially Teen, because to be fair, Teen was pretty new to all of these things of being a witch, and that's what he questions, that is being a witch all about this? And this is exactly the thing that Wanda Maximoff would have said as well. And that line, that exact line, actually makes it 100% confirmed for Agatha that Teen is actually Wanda Maximoff's son. And I know up until the last episode, even Agatha thought that he was her son, but that was also taken away in this episode itself, because in this episode we hear Nicholas's voice, who is Agatha's son. Coming back to the episode, Agatha at the end says, "You are so like your mother," and that doesn't sit well with Teen, and maybe subconsciously his powers manifest, and therefore he actually controls the other two characters, and the other two characters take Agatha and put her in that jellyish ground which actually sucks you in. So it was Teen actually controlling the other two characters, because in their eyes as well we can see this bluishy thing, and this bluishy thing is actually the power of Billy or Teen. But then surprisingly, Teen actually puts the other two characters in the same ground as well, and it seemingly looked like all three of those characters are actually sucked by the ground. And at the end we get the final reveal of Teen wearing a crown-ish structure, a crown basically, and that crown is pretty similar to the crown of Scarlet Witch, and that actually gives away that he is Scarlet Witch's son. Now that was about it for the ending, but what could happen next? So at the end of the episode, we didn't really see the character of Rio Vidal, and possibly right at the end of the next episode she could come in and fight Teen and hence save Agatha and all the other two characters. But what after that? Because they still have other trials to go on, other trials to conquer, to end the Witch's Road, to get to the end of the Witch's Road. So it will be interesting to see. But yeah, this episode, I enjoyed this episode pretty much. I loved this episode. What about you? Tell me your thoughts on the comment section as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching.